Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to another video. It's my birth month and I'm super excited for all the content I plan to share with you guys for this month. It's a range of topics, but they're all, things that I hold true to my heart. So fingers crossed that it will actually work out. If you haven't subscribed as yet, just hit the subscribe button, get me to 600 subscribers. I mean, that would be a pretty cool, birthday gift. My birthday is actually September 28th. I don't have a cash app. I don't have a Zelle, them look something there. Them foreign something there, yeah, Jamaica, me live. Me never been to the States when I have them something here, right? But I do accept Amazon gift cards. So if you want to get me that, no problem, thank you, right? So let's go. Today, I'll actually be addressing a question that persons have been asking me for like a good while now, and I keep dancing around it, or I tell them that, one day I'm going to address it. So today is the day and I'm going to address it. Why I went ahead and I closed my business. 2016 was my breakout year. I started my business in 2015. And things really and truly looked up for me in 2016 when I got quite a few media features. So I got a newspaper article written about me. I did an interview on Smile Jamaica. I had numerous blogs, overseas, published articles about me. And I even did like a radio interview. And at the time, I was really and truly having financial difficulties trying to finish UWI. So even though I started the business in 2015 and my main customer base was like, call center workers because I was working at a call center, back then it was really and truly something that, I really loved, and I was making bow ties because I just really and truly had a deep interest in them, and I loved them in a fashionable sense. But after I started getting traction in the media, things shifted. The problems started arising from then, where it was more focused on making enough money to finish school. So the love for it started fading, and it was solely focusing on making enough money to finish school. So even from the traction that I got from this business, I was able to launch a GoFundMe campaign, which was really successful. And after that, I was able to enter a venture capital competition at UWI. And let me tell you, to this day, I'm still benefiting from entering that competition. I came third, won a nice prize money that, I used to like reinvest in my business and also used to pay off my school fees, right? So that's a plus from actually doing this business. The networking that I was able to actually do, I'm still benefiting from those persons to this day. So I'm just going to delve into some of the major reasons why I actually closed the business. So when I started in 2015, I started with like $2,500 as capital. Initially, I had plans to start with $25,000, but me very broke and ambitious, and I had to settle with $2,500. But then I had a student, a fellow student helping me out. Brittany, anyway, they're in this world, big up yourself, right? And so I started out with $2,500 and just a few bow ties, right? And eventually I had to shift it to my aunt actually making the bow ties. So logistics like start beat my body from them time there. But hey, I made it work, right? Because what would happen is that I enjoy shopping for the materials, and I would be the one designing the bow ties as well, because I used to do custom made, I do wedding orders, funerals, right? I used to do like ready-made orders as well. But it's not like the typical designs and so that you will see in, you're walking at the regular Indian man, Chinaman store. That's not what I provided, right? So I would do the designs and then head to Pablo's Pinnings or any other fabric store. And sometimes, I have to skip classes or club activities, whatever it is, to actually go get the material. So here's where like the problems really and truly lie. For example, someone would order a bow tie on Monday. Deposit reach my account, down payment, whatever, it reach my account, right? I rush out from campus and I would, go and purchase the materials. I use a service called Zip Mail at the post office, which is a next business day delivery service. If you have a small business and you haven't looked into it, you can look into it, right? So I would have to purchase the material, and then it's best to send off a zip mail package before 11 a.m. That's the only way you can like guarantee that it's going to actually get there the next business day. So I would buy the material, try to get to the post office before it finishes. Sometimes I'm not able to do that. So then I head out again on a Tuesday morning, try to send it off, that not gonna reach until the Wednesday. Now, this person is ordering the bow tie for a function like on Friday, and me really and truly try and make the cut. So when it gets to Saint Anne on a Wednesday, sometimes I get there like after 1. Then my aunt and my mom really and truly have to rush and try to do what them do really quick. So by Thursday morning, they can send it off in order for it to get to me by like after 1 on that Friday. No, that's cutting it very close, because remember the customer wants it on a Friday, and what if something happened where the package don't reach in time? I have to wait until a Monday. So then I had to cut down from the 1 week, or the wait time, and start telling persons, hey, it's a 2 weeks process. That's a turn off a lot of persons. So you lose some local customers here. The good part about the business and the traction that I got from the media was that I got a lot of international support. So I was sending, especially the Jamaican themed bow ties, I was sending them to Canada, the US, Japan, other Caribbean countries. So for those, I always ensured that I had a good stock of those. And the designs, they varied. So, you can easily just send off that package, whether it's through Fast Track at the post office or express mail service. These are registered mail services at the post office, and I think one of them is 3 to 5 business days, the other one's like 3 to 7 business days, and they're pretty affordable, right? The overseas customers, I didn't really have a problem fulfilling those orders. It's the local market that I really and truly, was struggling to actually work out the logistics for. This might sound cliche, but entrepreneurship is very hard. It's very hard, especially when you're a one-man team. And for the majority of my business, I had to be a one-man team, and that's like procurement. So from sourcing the materials, right? And sometimes I had to actually source certain things overseas to give you that unique piece. So from sourcing the materials, right, actually sending off the materials, marketing the products, handling the sales. The only thing that I didn't really have to worry about much was the actual production part of it, right? So for small businesses like mine, when you're a one-man team, then you can actually run into a few or even a lot of problems there, and then you're not making enough money to actually hire someone else. And then in a case like mine, even if it is that it was considered that I was making enough money, then that money was actually to pay off my school fee, pay off hall fee, and actually support me while I was trying to finish my degree. Things got really they got worse with my business when I finished UE. Now, when I finished UE and I entered the work world fully devoted myself to it and have my side hustle, that's when they went up in smoke. I was trying my best to juggle it, but as the months went by, it got even harder, right? I was still getting orders, right? Sometimes it wasn't even Jamaican themed bow ties for overseas. It's persons of different nationalities, they would request for a custom made a custom made bow tie to match their flags. After UE, I mostly shifted to orders specifically for weddings and funerals, because those would be bulk orders, and I really and truly I love designing wedding orders. I love doing bow ties for weddings. As I speak, you'll probably see some of them pop up on the screen, the designs, and so I absolutely love them. As time goes by and I go deeper and deeper in corporate, I'm skipping jobs, I'm jumping jobs, I'm trying my best to actually flourish in the working world. I find myself devoting more of my time to these jobs and less of my time to my business, which it's like that because you're sure of a paycheck. You're pretty sure of your salary. You're guessing and estimating the amount of sales you're going to make for a month, right? And even in Jamaica, just about anybody will know, so one income stream will not do it. One income stream really and truly not gonna cut it. So I really and truly like the idea of having my side hustle still going, but then you leave work 5 o'clock, right? Problems and things close by the time you forget to them. right? So even if I get an order during the week, sometimes the 2 weeks wait period when I give people, it's not a problem. Because if I get an order on a Monday, can't even left out on my lunchtime for go there, because by the time if I leave and reach with the traffic and everything on the road, me probably have to come back 1 hour late from my lunchtime, and that's not really something you can risk all the time, right? You're getting in trouble, you lose your job. So I did it. I was actually able to do it a few times, as in leave the office and actually get back right on time, or maybe like a 15 minutes after lunch. But then that's not something that you can put on practice, right? So sometimes the 2 weeks wait period, it became like a 3 weeks, and I started advising persons, like if you're doing a wedding order, sometimes like even a month before, because sometimes when the orders back up on you, hey, a problem. Sometimes you get an order request like on a Tuesday and you head out the Wednesday and you purchase the material, and then on a Thursday you get a next order, you can't head out. But the good thing about weddings is that the colors, they tend to repeat themselves in the different themes. So for example, one wedding, it would be like a lime green and a royal blue and silver, right? And then you have a next wedding where it's like a fuchsia and a silver. But then you'll already have the silver material from that previous order. So sometimes, lucky for me, I'll already have the colors, the colors for the materials that are needed for an order. But as I went deeper in the corporate world, and more focused on actually, like having a career for myself, then it get harder, because Kingston traffic, get up earlier morning time for leave out for stuck in a traffic for reach work on time, right? I'm not always fortunate enough to stop by the post office once it opens at like 8 to actually, send off a zip mail with the material for my mom and my auntie to deal with it, right? So sometimes I even have to push that back for my lunchtime. Okay, that don't work. Like I said, after work, after 5, post office done close. Okay, oh, we are going to do this. Even if I said that, okay, when I get home today, I'll work on additional designs, I'll work on, a schedule, how to do certain things. I'll, create social media posts and those things. You leave work 5 o'clock and you not reach home till like a 7:30. Sometimes you sit in traffic so long, like the burnout. I think the burnout was what really and truly did it for me after a while. It was just too much. Even the whole traffic situation in Kingston got to a point where I started going to the gym after work, because by the time I would get to, 2:30, it just makes sense. And then again, that's because of the proximity to work. It was easier to go to the gym than actually to go to a cafe or somewhere where you can relax and get work done. If I tried to go to a cafe, I would end up in more traffic. So I just go to the gym, and then I would actually head home when all the traffic, gone off of the road. The good thing about going to the gym is actually like it boosted you. So when you got home, I could actually, work on designs, put some things in place, work on the finances for my business, log orders, and then look at something, you try make a chart to see how much money. It got to a point where the additional income that I was making from my side hustle, I started pumping into more business ideas. And that is where another level of problem arises, because remember, I never have enough time to dedicate to one business. So I don't know how it done in my mind say, may I go have all the time in the world to push more businesses? Because I'm thinking I need other income streams, right? There are things that I wanted to do for myself, that I wanted to do for my immediate family, and you just need more money. I remember one time I even started a business for my mom with body care things and them something there, and I had to stop it. I had to stop it as well, because I really and truly never had the time, because I would have to be the one like monitoring the Instagram page, Facebook page. I would have to be the one like sourcing the products, and then I never have the time. Had to shut that down. Had to just call that quits. I had another business as well for myself that was doing like intimate care products, right? And honestly, it got to a point where my problem was I never have I go create a word, no stick-to-itiveness. So I couldn't stick to one thing and really focus on one thing, right? I so confused me all over the place, and I kept on creating all these businesses, and that intimate product business that I stopped, trust me, to this day, like, I live with regrets, I won't lie, because I see a lot of them popping up over time, and like, this is something that I started like in 2018. Yeah, these were actually products that I was using on myself, and I very much believed in, and I stopped it, right? And when I see the success of others, no, I was like, whoa, Kymmy, like, you did really onto something, look how you give up on it. But one thing I love about myself, and I always tell people, and this is why I actually offer consultation sessions to small business owners, right? Because in a given week, I'll probably come up with like 5 to 10 business ideas, no joke, right? My problem sometimes is that the execution of these businesses, and oftentimes I'm not like most other persons, it's just the capital, right? So what I've done for persons is that them come to me, the business idea, whatsoever, and I actually create a business plan, create a whole business structure and sell it to them, right? Because my brain works like that when it comes down to business ideas. I remember a friend of mine, one time she was around me, and she said to me, she said, yo, every day you come up with the next business idea, She was telling me that, I should write them down. And that's really and truly how I started doing this. She said, write them down, because these are some really good ideas. Even if you can do it, somebody else can do it. Because to this day, like, I have persons who, even if it's not to start a business, how to market a business, how to get products overseas, how the best, ways to get products around Jamaica and so. And over a time, I actually started charging for this service. I used to do it for free, but then this thing actually takes up, your time. So from logo design, coming up with a social media plan, marketing in general, brand development, I actually offer that as a service. I'm going to plug that business right here. It's not something that I advertise because I'm very selective with the persons that I work with, especially now that I'm a mom. Baby take up majority of my time. So this is really and truly like something hard for me to speak about, because the other day I was actually like watching my Smile Jamaica interview, and I looked so promising. I looked like I had it figured out, and I knew I had like a really great business. But if I'm not passionate about something, I'm not true to myself, and I cannot for the love of me function. And it's a sad reality that the passion that I had for my business, it shifted to just making money to go through UE. When UE finished, like, my brain just chip out. That was it for the business, right? And I'm not discouraged in my entrepreneurship journey. I still very much love entrepreneurship. It's something that I feel like I'll always be dabbling in, despite anything that I have going on in my life. But I must say to you, there are some key things that you have to have pan lock to make it through this. Determination, passion, stick to itiveness. It's not a word, but you have to learn to stick to it, right? And you have to have patience and stick to itiveness. Oh my god. they go together very well. Okay, to be honest, sometimes it's so depressing. Sometimes it's so depressing to know that my brain can produce all of these ideas and I haven't really been able to make use of them. And that's why I'm like, if you can make use of them, then you can easily give someone else to make use of them, right? So I found a solution for that, right? And always from my marketing business that I do, I still sell body products. I'm just not really in front of those business. I've started, working behind the scenes, working on myself until I'm ready to just come out and say, okay, ta-da, it was me on mask off. Yeah. Eventually I'm going to do a video about all the businesses that I've actually gotten involved with, quit, and the ones that I actually still have running. I'm just extending it again. If you guys have anything, if you even want bouncy ideas off me, just speak to another person who has failed multiple times in operating at businesses. If you're feeling discouraged, you want a little motivation, something, you can always reach out to me. And on that note, I'm going to end this video. Subscribe, share, comment, just make that YouTube something and be another income stream for me. Okay, all right then, bye.